Hello and welcome to What the Fuck. Oh wait, we're meant to say WTF. WTF Stories and Advice. I'm Louisa.
And I'm Caroline. And what the fuck, Louisa? You're supposed to say WTF.
You're not meant to say what the fuck. What the fuck?
Well, that's what WTF means.
Yes. And you've got your feet up. You're all comfy.
I am. I like to have my feet up, personally. Do you want your feet up?
Nah, I'm good.
No,
I'm in a
okay.
lazy boy right now. I could have my feet up and relax back.
Yeah, we're sitting in my office where I see clients, and it's the only place I would ever allow a lazy boy.
Yeah, fair call.
Yeah.
You can't have them in your... I reckon they're tacky in your lounge, don't you reckon? It reminds me of, like, an old
people.
man, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
lurking back.
Some people love them, and yeah, I think you can get quite nice designer ones. So if you're into your lazy boys, please don't take offense. But I have several friends that are interior designers, and they come in and they literally cover their eyes, and they're like, "My eyes are bleeding. Oh my
Because of the
god, that
lazy
is a
boy."
herpes." And I'm like, I can't find something that says comfortable. I'm sorry.
I will give you that. It is bloody comfortable. I
It
can
is.
fall asleep here.
Yeah.
One thing that I'm very excited about,
Yes.
Celine Dion on Saturday.
Are you fucking kidding?
I'm honestly just going to stand there and weep. Like, I'm just going to hear all of her songs. Like, when you touch me like this, me like that, and it's lost song. But
I'm
probably not as.
at a
good as
loss
that.
for words. Are you gonna have like the Celine Dion t-shirt?
I
and
probably
everything?
will buy a t-shirt.
Who are you going with? Like, is someone else actually paid for a ticket?
The best part, I'm going with Ben from work.
Yeah.
Hey Ben, if you're listening, he's a 33-year-old man.
Is he into Celine Dion as well?
We got tickets through work,
Oh yeah.
but I would
Tickets.
100% pay. She's got the voice of an angel.
Yeah.
It will be a weird concert though, because I'm used to like your Biebers, your Red Hot Chili Peppers, like the weekend dancey concerts. Whereas this, I'll just be standing there crying.
Will you be crying?
Probably. It'll be emotional. It's all about love, heartbreak, pain.
The best concert I ever went to, hands down, Prince.
Really?
Yeah, I saw him when he
I'd
came
love to
to
see
New
him.
Zealand, and he was unfucking believable. It was like Prince and a piano, and he literally just sang everything a cappella. He is so talented. It was
Really?
unbelievable. Just playing it. Oh, it was unbelievable. And then he died like 2 weeks later.
Really? Oh, so you saw it? Oh.
I saw him like one of his last shows.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then he died. So it was like, oh my, I'm so glad I went. But yeah.
I've got two favourite concerts. Obviously, you know what number one is.
No, what's number one?
Justin Bieber.
Oh, yeah.
But to be fair, everyone else said that he didn't even like engage with the audience, which is fair, but I was VIP.
Yeah.
So he looked at me in the eyes. Like we had eye sex.
You had eye sex.
Me and Justin Bieber, he looked me
fucked
in the
your
eyes.
eyeballs.
Yeah, like
Wow.
seriously. We locked eyes.
I
And
bet
then
your
I-
eyes have herpes now.
I wouldn't mind it. Wouldn't mind
No,
it
sorry.
from Bieber.
Apparently
No,
he's
take that
quite
back.
hung. Like, did you see
Yes,
those?
of course I've seen the photos. What do you mean? I'm
Yeah.
obsessed with them.
Are you?
I'm hanging on my wall.
He's such a Jesus
No, I don't.
freak,
I don't.
though. I mean, hey, Jesus is cool. Yeah, if Jesus is your homeboy, that's all good. But
He
him
is
and
such-
his new, oh my god,
Such a good dancer, such a good singer. But yeah, he didn't
He's very
really
talented.
engage with the audience. But the other great concert, which is not so teeny bopper, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh.
They were incredible. I nearly went the second night. I went on Saturday night and I was so close to buying tickets to the Sunday. It was insane.
I went every New Year's 4 years in a row to Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Really?
The
Oh,
first
I
one I
love
ever went
them.
to, I think I was 16 years old. It was in San Francisco, and they came down hanging upside down from the ceiling. They like lowered them down with just socks on their cocks, and that's all they had
Oh,
on.
I love that.
And I was like, whoa, mind blown.
The
Like,
sort
it
of
was
teeny bopper.
Oh, best concert ever. So cool, Celine Dion. Well, you'll have to give us an update.
I will. I'll give you a review next week. I'll probably still have tear marks all over my face.
Oh, Jesus. Well, have fun. I won't be going to that one. She's talented, but yeah, no thanks.
I don't want to go into too much detail here because I'm obviously not naming names, but
Of course not.
I don't know what it is with the old dating scene at the moment, but I just can't get it right.
Yeah.
Like, is it me Or is it them?
It's you.
It's me.
No, I'm just kidding.
Like,
I don't know.
you, Lulu.
It's not you. You're
Because,
amazing.
Honestly, I'd say the last probably 6 to 8 months, I either go full speed into something. Like I've done this twice in the last probably 4 months. I've gone full speed into something.
Yeah.
And then suddenly, it's like there's no spark at the beginning, but I try and convince myself that, that spark will come, or like think of all these positives. And then every like little bit longer I hang out with them, I just go, and I get more doubt. And then suddenly I just go, nah, not into it. Cut it, cold turkey, and then done. Completely, no, I can't even look back. And it's like, why do I keep trying when, you know how instantly there is meant to be that spark? 100% you're meant to have that spark and
I think so.
Things in common. And I don't know what it is, but I just keep getting myself into these really sticky situations where I'm basically in a relationship, but I'm not actually.
That into them?
Yeah.
Well, I think it is important to have that spark right away.
Because I had that with a guy at the beginning of this year. I've told you about him.
Yeah.
And like that all turned to shit, which is sad because I actually really liked him.
He was a cunt, though. Sorry.
Caroline.
If you're listening, you're a cunt. Sorry.
He was not.
Why am I apologizing?
He was not.
He was a game player.
He wasn't.
He was hot and cold and yes and no
Yes,
and
but-
I don't know and I might be moving and I might not be over my ex-girlfriend and what the fuck.
Yeah, but he was a nice guy though.
Yeah.
I'm still into it, aren't I? Listen to me.
You're defending him.
He was, but that's what I mean. I was into it, and what I mean is, I knew I was into it. I knew it from the beginning. There was that spark. We had so much in common. It was never awkward, and that's why I continued.
Because he was an asshole.
Shut up. He wasn't. That's why I continued it so quickly because I was actually really into him, and it felt right. Whereas recently, I had a couple of like flings, but I've just gone full speed into them. But I haven't even been that into it. Like I should not go so quickly and then actually decide straight away if I'm that into it, then keep going, maybe the feelings will develop. Like, no.
If the feelings aren't there, I say, I don't know, give it a miss. But then, I've had guys who pursued me, and I've been like, no. And then I finally do get into a relationship with them, and then I do have feelings for them. But I always end up going, And I think the thing is, if you don't have that initial spark, when you fight with them, you look at them and you go, you're yucky. I don't want your penis anywhere near me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But, yeah, I think the whole attachment type, we've talked about attachment types, haven't we?
Yeah, a little bit.
About how if you're kind of avoidant or if you are anxious, preoccupied, because I think you're a bit anxious, preoccupied, aren't you? Which I am too.
No,
Yes, you
not
are.
really.
Yes, you are. I think you were, weren't you?
Nah.
Didn't you do the test?
No, what was the other
Were you
one?
secure?
Yeah.
Or were you avoidant? Were you secure?
I was secure.
Really?
But probably,
Sorry.
there's a little bit of me that's probably a bit anxious, but everyone is in a relationship. But no, I'm pretty sure I was the secure type.
Were you? Oh, okay. So, well, I think it all depends on what relationship you get into.
Oh, it 100% depends. I've had an ex-boyfriend where he made me someone that I did not want to be.
Yeah.
Like, he made me anxious. He was addicted to affairs, though, so he would make
He was
anyone
addicted to
anxious.
affairs.
He
Yeah.
wasn't married. Well, clearly, I'm 24.
Yeah.
I just call them
Hey,
affairs.
that doesn't matter. Yeah.
I just call them affairs when they're like hooking up with someone else.
Yeah.
But he was addicted
He was
to
a
affairs.
cheater.
So
Yeah.
he made me like an anxious person when I'm not like that.
Normally. Yeah. Well, you had a super stable childhood and, your parents are still together and that all points to being a secure attachment type. Whereas like my parents were both married, I don't even know, 3 times. And there's a lot going on. So I am not a secure, I wasn't a secure type. I am now.
Yeah.
But it took me being in a relationship to become that. So, I mean, I think for you, I don't know. I'd wait to make sure you have that spark in the beginning. I mean, like with this last one, you definitely were kind of building a case of why you shouldn't be with him. And yeah, I won't go into any details, but it was like little things that normally wouldn't bother other people, I think were bothering you. And I was like going,
that's when
you're just not into him. And so you're just looking for any evidence of why you shouldn't be with him. And I'm sure, it sounds like he was a lovely guy, really nice guy. Yeah, but just not the right one for you.
Yeah.
I just think
It's
you just
weird
haven't
though.
met the right guy.
No, I agree. I definitely haven't. But these things that I usually am like having a fling with someone, it's like 3 weeks. And then I'm like, oh, fuck, got to get out of here because it's moving so quickly that I'm just like, how did this even happen? I don't even know if I'm into you or not.
Yeah, well, and I think the whole thing, when you initially meet someone, you're high as a kite. You have all this.
Like, if you're finding issues in the first 3 weeks, then you know that there's something wrong and you're not into it.
Yeah. Or you have avoidant issues in relationships. And you could slightly have that from just a few kind of bad experiences. So some part of you is like, oh, don't want to have that happen to me again.
Yeah.
Or they're just not the right fit. Because no one's perfect, right? Like, everyone's going to have shit that annoys you or stuff that's wrong with them. But it's just finding someone whose shit you can deal with, basically. Yeah. So, yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with you.
What's wrong with
nothing's
me?
wrong with you, honey. You just haven't met the right guy. And I think
Prince Charming will come one day.
He will, when it's the right time. I don't know. And I think when it is the right time, nothing stops it. And I think
timing is a bitch.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think, don't worry. There's nothing wrong with you. You're perfect. It's them.
It's not me, it's you.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, so we've been getting some emails, and I was going to read this other one, but then I printed it up, and now I can't find it. So apologies. One of the first ones we got, which is she sent us 2 that are really good. We're definitely going to read your story, so don't worry. But I printed it up, and it's like gotten lost in paperwork. So I'm going to read this one. I won't say names, but
is it from a woman or a man?
It's from a woman.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Caroline and Louisa. First of all, I want to thank you for your funny podcast. I've been in a very dark place lately, and my husband banned me from listening to my serial killers podcasts I'm obsessed with to attempt to bring more light back into my life. Haha. I can relate because I have listened to a bunch of serial killer podcasts.
Too dark.
And then I get all anxious. By some chance, I came across your podcast, and I've loved it and laughed so much. So thank you for that. When you two talk about online dating and cyber stuff, I felt my story was pertinent to some of the topics discussed. And if I'm being honest, I may selfishly wanted to share my story with someone who won't judge me for it and to break my silence, I guess. Second, if by chance you do end up talking about anything I write about, I ask you to please keep things confidential and not use my name or location. We are in the middle of court hearings and sentencing, so privacy is important.
Oh, this is juicy.
I know. So, of course, I'm not going to say your name. Don't worry, hon. Ready for a crazy good story that is my screwed up life? Yes, we are.
Oh, I can't wait.
I haven't even read it yet, so I'm excited too.
Okay,
but the headline has caught me. Okay. In January of 2016, I received a Facebook message from a man that worked with my husband. He told me there were Craigslist ads about me that someone had posted. When I looked at the link he had sent me, sure enough, there was a picture of me with an ad in it in the missed connection segment stating, I miss I won't say the name. I miss blank here in blank. Okay, she says the place. I miss fondling each other in her car and in the stairwells of our apartments. Sucks her husband took her back out west. Unfortunately, there were many more posts like this, increasing in sexual content and claims. Let me be very clear and honest up front before you continue reading. I have never cheated on my husband. Not emotionally, not physically, in no way. All of these posts included my first, middle, and last name, and all others I will speak of soon do as well. February 16, quote, blank. Okay, I got to think of another name for her. What should we call her? Because she's actually saying what her name is.
Jane.
Jane. Perfect. Yeah. Okay, February 16, quote, Jane is a cum slut that lets guys fuck her in the parking lot of blank school. She's married. Another quote, Jane let me and my cousin fuck her at the same time while her husband was at work. She's a good fuck, though. Yeah. There was dozens and dozens of comments like this found from 2014 to the present, and all had pictures of me off of my social media. I went to the police in February 2016 for help. They tried for 6 months to find a way to trace these comments, but with no luck. Oh my God. Can you imagine people posting this about you?
That would ruin your name.
And you're married. Well. Yeah. Oh my God.
Especially if you're from a small town, like everyone would know about that.
Oh my God. I was also getting a lot of friend requests from men who I had never met or talked to trying to contact me because they wanted a piece of what I was allegedly offering. Sadly, the trail was cold. At the time, I was in nursing school and wasn't able to focus on both. So I tried to forget since the police told me there was nothing they could do. And so I moved on. At this point, I had developed anxiety and shame for what was said about me, constantly having websites taken down. And constantly having to have websites take down these horrible comments. But for everyone I took down, 10 more popped up. It seemed hopeless. Yeah.
I've got my hand up, Christian.
Yeah.
I'm
Yes,
just gonna put my statement out here now before the story finishes. I don't know anything that happened, but my theory is it's either her husband or someone she works with. Carry on.
Okay. Oh my God. Imagine if it was her husband. That'd be fucking horrible.
It's just twisted, but that's the books I'm reading at the moment. It's all twisted, so it's where my brain's going.
Yeah. So it seemed hopeless. Now we come to 2017. 2017 was one of the worst years of my life. The person really wanted to ruin my name and had escalated from viral posts to full-on impersonation. I received several friend requests and message requests on Facebook, many asking why I'd stopped communicating with them on other websites. Imagine my confusion when I had never talked to them before. Turns out my stalker had created over 15 profiles and blogs in my name, communicated to men, having sexual explicit conversations that the stalker even gave them my make, model, and year of my car, where I went to school, where I worked, and even gave out my home address to some of these creepy-ass men. They had tons of true information about me, knowing details where my family lives and about my life that made me realize someone is really trying to ruin me.
Got to be someone she knows.
Have me raped, whichever came first. The stalker wanted to have sexual conversations, and because most men want sexually explicit pictures, the stalker had to get creative. Lucky for me, I've always been cautious about what I sent to people. I'm just turning the page here. My whole life. Being a nurse, I have to keep a professional reputation, so nudes were never my thing. Smart. I never ever.
Never send
You
a
never
nude.
send any photo that you wouldn't want posted all over the internet. That's very simple.
If you're going to send a nude, send a Snapchat. Because
Yeah. Well, no, because they can screenshot that.
I'm not saying...
Don't, Louisa.
I don't do that. I was just saying.
Yeah, but still. Well, they still can they can screen grab that and you're still fucked.
Mum, Dad, I don't. I promise.
No, you better not.
I do not.
Naughty. Unlucky for me, the stalker found a way around that. He took my face off my real pictures and would put them on porn stars with similar builds as me. He also did a lot of research to find one woman with lots of nude pornographic pictures that looked similar to me so people would believe it was. I had to defend my reputation at every turn. My anxiety skyrocketed as I had people saying they would come steal me away from my husband. They want to do sexual things to me that I wouldn't even repeat. There was nothing off limits for the stalker. He even had conversations with many stating, I have sex with my dad, brothers, and individuals with special needs.
What the fuck? Oh my God, who is this person? This poor lady.
Worst of all, he told many people I fondled and molested children, including my niece. He even told a man that I had a plan to have my mother-in-law raped by a patient of mine so I could watch. He claimed I told this man where she lives and where the hideaway key was and when to do it.
What the fuck? I take back my theory.
Oh my God.
This is a twisted
wouldn't be
story.
her. They found child pornography, including pictures of my 8-year-old niece in her bathing suit in a hidden file. Okay, wait, where's that? How did that... Okay, anyways, they found child pornography. Oh, so this person, whoever he's communicating with, is saying this and sent them in some file. So the end of August 2017, by some miracle, I was put in contact with a detective and special agent that worked with the sex crimes unit. From August to the end of December, we worked tirelessly together to find out who was doing this to me and my family. Of course, there are so many more aspects of this case. However, this email would be far too long to read, so I had to cut a lot out. In December 2017, the ICAC, Internet Crimes Against Children specialist, and the special agent I was working with called me and told me they traced the IP address.
Oh my God.
Found a phone number and located it to an address. I mean, if they had pictures of her niece, here, I'm just guessing now. They had pictures of the niece. It's got to be someone who's like to do with the niece's parents, right? Like a boyfriend or the father. Okay. Located to address. The address came back with my husband's sister's house.
Oh my God.
The phone number it was registered to was her husband. So it was her brother-in-law.
That is so twisted.
My whole life was turned upside down. Finding out that the stalker that had caused me to become a recluse, caused my family torment, could have gotten me fired, and could have caused my husband and I to get divorced was my own brother-in-law. 4 years of stalking, 3 years of me constantly looking over my shoulder, wondering what man was going to come after me since they all lived in the same county as I did, was horrifying. My husband would have to shake me awake at night because of the night terrors I was stuck in. All of this because of my brother-in-law. Holy shit. I had goosebumps. No.
Oh, thank God. I need to know more.
I know. And
this
now,
is like a book.
I know.
This
should be a movie.
Novel.
This would be a movie.
Oh my God, this should be a movie.
You need to sell your story, hun.
Copyright.
Whoever you are.
Take it to Warner Brothers now.
Yeah. And now my family is torn apart. My sister-in-law is supporting her husband.
No.
What
fuck
the
off.
fuck? Go.
Brainwash.
He obviously took pictures of either his daughter or his stepdaughter. Regardless of what he's done due to her denial. My husband wants to kill him. Fair enough. I would help him. But luckily has restraint enough to know that I need him here, not in jail. And I can't talk to anyone about it. They are also grateful for me being the rock, being so strong in all of this. Always letting them vent and cry on my shoulder. I'm a suffer in silence type, but it's killing me. No matter what I do, there are thousands of pictures of me out there that I never can get rid of. There are dozens of men still trying to get with me, regardless of my marital status or my denying that they've ever talked to me before. There's just as many wives who send me hate mail stating I've ruined their marriages and calling me a slut, bitch, whore, and homewrecker. And I never did anything wrong. Oh my God, you poor thing.
That poor woman.
You need to write
protection program.
Yeah. You almost need to start over and do a new identity. My brother-in-law could potentially face felony stalking charges. Potentially.
He's ruined her life.
He needs to go to jail and have all the things that he was talking about have done to him. That's what I think. Okay. As well as charges for child pornography, but sadly the state I live in is the most lenient with child porn. So he very well could walk away with just probation. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. And my sister-in-law thinks that someday, once we've all healed, he might be welcomed back to Thanksgiving dinners and family parties. Fuck that.
Absolutely.
And that's her
hun.
words. Quote, fuck that. Good for you, hun. So there is my watered down, very condensed, vague story of how my brother-in-law is my stalker, who has caused me to have severe anxiety, has caused me to have cops doing random stakeouts outside of my house so none of the guys he got excited and obsessed with me come and kill and rape me someday. But who knows? I may be famous and have a Criminal Minds episode based off me. Haha. Maybe the hunky Derek Morgan will save me. Sorry, I use humor as a defense mechanism to deflect my true feelings. Thanks for your time. P.S. Tell your listeners to be careful about what pictures they put on the internet. Could you imagine if I really did have some nudes that someone got? Oh my God. Thanks. We'll just say Jane, the crazy stalked bitch. Oh, that Jane.
Poor lady.
You poor thing.
And for that to be someone, you know, like who you trusted, it's not a family member.
You just never know, do you?
That is seriously fucked up. That should be a movie or a book.
Yeah, I think you should write. You're a good writer too. So keep writing about this because I think that's going to help you heal. But I think it also, hearing stories like that, I mean, I've been stalked as well. I won't go into details today because I think there's enough stalking stories. But to hear about other people going through it, I think makes you feel better. And I think that it doesn't matter what people do to you. You can survive it. You can survive the most crazy ass shit there is. And so, hun, you're just going to be stronger from this. And I think that, you've got to stand up and make sure that guy goes to jail. There's no way he should just get probation.
No way.
That's
ridiculous.
And karma will get his ass. And I would just stop talking to don't even talk to your sister-in-law. And if the family members try to talk to you about it, I would just kind of go, you know what? I can't talk about this right now.
If it splits the family up, he's done that. You know,
how can it split the family up? It's like gone. Goodbye. Yeah. See you later. So, thanks for the story. Holy crap. Send us some more like that. Yeah. Anyone else, they'll love it.
We need something more like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, hun, you're going to be fine. And thank God they found them. And you're going to be one kick-ass bitch after this.
I found an article online today when I was browsing, and it's the 3 keys to becoming irresistible.
Cool.
What the people I adore all have in common. And this just isn't for like dating or anything. This is for like general life. Like how to become the 3 key things to becoming irresistible.
Cool.
The first one is humility.
Yeah, I'd say that's true.
Yeah, because you in everything, not just job, in a relationship, family, you want someone who's like down to earth.
Totally. Who isn't an arrogant cock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The second one,
Yeah.
curiosity. I don't know. Do you reckon?
I think curiosity is sexy. Well, because I'm so curious, I'd just about kill myself, to be honest. Oops.
It just reminds me of like a for some reason curiosity just reminds me of like Sherlock Holmes or something. Like a man with like a like a little glass thing and a hat and a cape.
Well, I mean, curiosity is someone who's interested in life. Yeah. Like, I know for me when
and alludes to things is what I'm imagining.
Yeah. No, I don't think that's curiosity. I think curiosity is someone who is interested in people, is interested in topics, is interested in learning.
Always seeing things with like fresh eyes.
Yeah. Like, I know for me when I was dating, if a guy, like, I would Google the shit out of people before I met them, right?
You're
like,
a full-blown stalker.
Yeah. I'm a stalker. But because I'm curious, right? And I'd want to kind of research them and find out stuff about them. And they would, if I went on a date and they'd be like, oh, I don't know anything about you. What do you do for a living? And I'm like, if you just even put in my name, you will know everything. There's a lot that comes up. And that would be a turnoff for me that they just don't even care or want to research it. And that might be a few dates down. But I think the other thing is like, if they don't read, like, oh my God, if a man does not read, on my Facebook, the cover photo is a picture of a guy named John Waters.
Yeah.
I think that's right. He did the movie Cry Baby, and he did, what else has he done? He does these really kind of like dark, crazy movies, but it's a picture of him with like a library behind him. Mm-hmm. And he's like, we need to make books cool again. If you go home to someone's house and they don't have books, don't fuck them. And I
am literally the exact same. I find reading so attractive because I love reading. Like I'll finish a book and I'll be asking around what's the next one.
Exactly.
And I feel like it is kind of a thing that not a lot of guys would do.
Not anymore. Like people aren't reading anymore. And I think, I don't know.
Everyone's into Netflix.
Yeah, and they're just
Get your Kindle
boring.
out.
Oh, what? You read Facebook and Instagram? Big fucking deal. Yeah. I don't know. Sorry. Okay, anyways. So what's next?
Intellectual now. The third one is empathy.
Oh, totally. I think so.
It says it is the sweetest, simplest, sweetest attribute one can possess and the most worthwhile one worth cultivating for social success. I agree with that.
Totally. There's nothing, I'm so empathetic that I feel what other people feel. And I mean, I think that's what...
It brings people closer and like makes you feel less alone inside.
Yeah. Well, I think it's just relating and it's understanding what other people are going through. But the thing is, if you don't have empathy at all, you're a psychopath. Mm-hmm. Like that's how they tell when people are psychopaths.
If you just don't feel anything that anyone else feels.
Yeah. And they can tell now if a person's a psychopath by a brain scan. Yeah. They'll show them, like hook them up, see like how their brain is kind of like, regular waves or whatever. But they'll show them photos of like crime scenes with like horrific murders or car accidents or dead bodies. And on a normal person with empathy, your brain, your emotional centers of your brain light up and you react, your body reacts. For a psychopath, it's crickets. It's like looking at scenery. Yeah. And so it's like terrifying. But yeah, so they can like pick just by showing you some photos of who is empathetic. And that's what a psychopath is someone who is missing empathy.
Yeah.
So they don't care if they hurt somebody else or do something horrible. It doesn't matter because they can't feel that they're actually hurting that. It's nothing to them.
I'm the same as you. Like if someone else is upset or hurt, or I always feel for them and I want to help. And it's like,
I get tears, like when clients tell me stories, I get tears in my eyes and you know what I mean? Like I don't sit there and bawl it. Yeah, I try to like kind of help them through it, but
you're feeling what they're feeling.
Exactly. So I agree. I think that's a good list.
Yeah, those are the 3 things.
Cool.
Which I think, I agree with, I think they're all great.
And they're all traits that make people interesting and make people deep and attractive. And yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's
really
not
cool.
like being smart or anything. It's like actual
having
things
lots
that-
of money and a big dick.
And those three things, I feel like as soon as you hear them, you can instantly think of someone in your life that is like that.
Totally. So I thought I might give a few tips on how to deal with difficult people, because I think that is something I am always giving people advice with my clients. And
Is that mainly in work life that you get that?
no, well, I think work life, personal life. Yeah, I think even just out on the street, you can come across difficult people.
Yeah, people
or,
with bad customer service.
yeah, or people, that are looking for a fight. So I'll start with a story of how I dealt with a difficult person. And this person is my aunt. And I'm sure she doesn't listen to this.
Well, let's hope
Hopefully.
not.
Let's
Hey,
hope
how's
not.
it going if you are?
Let's hope not. But she is a person that has never had a job, has been an addict her whole life, and has pretty much done everything she possibly could to ruin any family get-together or event, or either by being 3 hours late or having a tantrum at the event. And it was just a nightmare. So when my grandmother was dying, we're all kind of like at her deathbed, and we bring my aunt in, and she lived kind of far away. I picked her up on the way from the airport, because I flew in from New Zealand to San Francisco, and I picked her up because she was kind of on the way from the airport back to the hospital where my grandmother was. And so my grandmother is on life support. She's had a massive heart attack. She's not going to survive, and they have to take her off life support. And they basically said, I can't remember what they were going to do. They were going to take her off the meds that were regulating her heart and taking her pacemaker off, and that she would just die in a few breaths. So they do that, and she wasn't dying. She's this is totally traumatic, right? So she would kind of flatline, and we'd be like, goodbye.
And then,
And then it would come back.
surprise!
And it was hours and hours of a nightmare, basically.
Oh,
and so, but she would start to flatline. And so my aunt would scream things like, go to the light. I want my money. And then, I'm not even kidding you. In the hospital. And then would sit down and start talking about what she was going to buy with her inheritance. I'm going to buy some new boots. I thought I'd get some boots with big heels on it. And I'm just going, oh my God, you fucking psycho.
You have no idea.
And yeah, so then she starts going on about how her flatmate's boyfriend comes over and sodomizes her on a regular basis. And what she means by that is rapes her anally. That's what I'm guessing she was talking about, and that she can hear her flatmate screaming. My poor grandmother literally starts flopping like a fish on the bed. And then again, she'd be like, just go to the light. Just die already. We're all waiting for you. And I was like, I can't do this all night.
I'm sitting here with my mouth open.
This is the shit I had to deal with, okay? And so I'm like, I have to get this woman out of here. I cannot.
Get rid of her.
My poor grandmother, this is not the way to die, is listening to this kind of bullshit. So I just start staring at her, and I'm like, are you okay? And she's like, what? And I said, you look really pale. Are you feeling all right? And she's like, no, I think I'm fine. I'm like, you don't look good at all. And she's like, I don't. And she kind of sits down, and she's like, and I said, oh my God, I think you're sick.
Manipulating her.
Oh yeah. And I was like, do you want some water? I think there's something wrong. Should we get the nurse in here? And she's like, I don't feel good. And I was like, no, you don't feel well. And
you do not look good.
I know. And my other family members are sitting there, they start smirking because they realize what I'm doing. Because we were all like, how the fuck do we get her out of here? And yeah, and she's like, I don't know. I said, maybe you should go back to the hotel, because we got her a hotel close to the hospital. And she's like, maybe I should. And I was like, yeah, I think you should. You need to go. Oh my God. Lie down immediately. Yeah, she was like, oh. And she immediately let herself be taken. And we didn't have to deal with her the next day till after my grandmother passed away. It was great.
Are you saying this is how to deal with people?
Okay.
Tell them that they look really sick and they should go home.
Yeah. It's one technique that actually really works, especially if you get a few people in on it. And you keep going.
Okay?
Like you all go, are you okay?
You don't look good, Caroline.
No, you're really pale. Feel her. Oh my God, you're burning up.
You are the color green at the
Yeah,
moment.
sit down. Yeah, and you can psych people up. And
Placebo.
It's a placebo, or it's what they call a nocebo effect. So it's like a negative,
I would
effect
fall
from the
for
mind.
that. If someone was like, you look so pale, I'd be like, what? Pale? I'm tan. What do you mean? Me? Are you sure? It can't be right.
I know. So that's one thing is psych them out and make them think they're sick. That's a good technique to get rid of people quickly. Another one, if they're being difficult, is just to stare at them and say nothing. And literally, like, don't reply.
You're just staring at me with a death stare. It's just scary.
I know. Anyways, sorry, I'll stop. So that's another one. And I think the other thing is call people on their bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, people do all this nasty stuff and people, like, don't say anything or they grin and bear it. And I think it's like, yeah.
I had a friend who had that exact thing the other day at work. And she said that she'd always kind of let this guy just sort of like poke fun at her or whatever. But then one day she was actually like, nah, fuck that.
Yeah.
She pulled him up on it. And as soon as she pulled him up, he was like, I didn't realize I was making you feel like that. Like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Hasn't done it since. It's kind of like you think, oh, it'll brush over. Nah, if you just pull them up that once.
Yeah, they
Stay
will.
in your lane, biatch.
Yeah, exactly.
Stay in your lane.
Yes, bitch. Yeah, and I think you can say things like, wow, are you having a bad day? Like, yeah, or that was really hurtful. I'm going to walk away now. Another thing is just like keep going, oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. Can you repeat that? And like do that several times. And that really drives people crazy as well. And it's like...
I feel like whenever I go, you okay? Something wrong? It just backfires and then I go,
really?
oh, shit.
Then something is wrong. Yeah, or it's like, wait, hang on, let me get my camera. I just want to like actually record this so you can see what you just did. You know, that freaks people out. Yeah. So anyways, I think there's lots of techniques to kind of deal with difficult people. If someone's being super aggressive, just get the hell away from them because it's not, especially a stranger. I think that's another one. But yeah, I don't know. I just thought, I don't know. I get lots of people asking me how to deal with that, or they get all like upset because they're never saying anything and people are being nasty.
Building it all up inside.
And it's like, fucking say something. I don't have people going around acting like assholes to me. It just doesn't happen.
It's because you stand your ground.
Because I do, yeah. And I will stare at them or psych them out and make them think they're sick.
You will.
Or I'll hypnotize their ass to do something really weird. No, not really.
You're
but I like to fantasize about that.
I'm going to Celine Dion on Saturday.
Woohoo!
I won't sing anymore because that would be terrible.
I don't even know any of her songs.
What?
Well, like, no, I would if I heard it.
Titanic. My heart will go on. Iconic, God. Caroline. That is one of the greatest songs in the world. My favorite one from her is "It's all coming back to me now."
My ears are bleeding. Yeah. Anyways, yeah.
Probably was too close to the microphone then. Apologies
if
that bursted your eardrums.
We've gotten complaints about Louisa being too loud.
Fair call.
I know. It's the first time that someone's complained about someone else being loud when I actually am talking. Yeah. That's amazing.
We played karaoke last night at a work function and everyone was like, you're actually like hurting my eardrums. You're screaming into that microphone. And it was Bieber and I was just like, ah. And then I got semi-embarrassed because I turned around and the whole room was like, wow. And I don't get embarrassed very easily.
That's cool though.
Yeah. We're done.
We're done. That's
you can stop listening to us speak now.
I know. And we're going to try to be more regular with our posting. We've just had...
more regular. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Well, hey, I am regular. Thank you very much.
That's good.
Hey, if you have problems with being regular, I have a tip.
All right. Tell everyone.
It's a supplement called Mag-O7. And it's oxygenated magnesium, and I call it the shit because you take that stuff before you go to bed, and you wake up, and you do the best shit of your life. I'm telling you.
There you go. Hard-hitting.
There's another tip for you.
Hard-hitting info on the WTF Stories and Advice
Flashy news. If you need to poop, Mag-O7.